Finally, we found a cool place in Serbia, located not too far from Belgrade, but far enough to be a little trip. We woke up at 5 a.m. and took a bus to Novi Belgrade, because that's our common meeting point. We arrived to the hotel parking and meet our guide with a minibus. It's been very hot in Belgrade all month, but on the day we decided to swim, it started raining. Fortunately, in the place we were going to, it was sunny. After 1 hour, we made a first stop before the mountains. It was already a gorgeous place. These green hills reminded me of our trip to Sri Lanka. By the way, you can find a video about the Sri Lanka trip on my channel. The higher we got in the mountains, the foggier the road became. Unfortunately, the camera can't capture all the details, but believe me, it was very foggy. We arrived at the place around 10 a.m. Our guide told us some rules, gave us life jackets, and waterproof covers for our phones. It was a good decision to leave my camera in the car, because it would definitely get wet in the kayak. We took a kayak for 2 people, and Misha took a paddleboard, or supboard, I'm not sure how it's called. He had never tried it before, but he could easily stand up on the first try. We had a path with our new team, but we often took breaks to take photos and admire the beautiful nature. By the way, it was the first time in Serbia that I felt I needed to know the Serbian language. Usually, Serbian people speak English pretty well, and I rarely have difficulties with the language. This time, only one girl spoke English. Almost all the coast was untouched, just several buildings and forest. It was easy to paddle in such a calm lake. Actually, I don't know if it's a natural lake. It seems like an old marble quarry, because there is such blue water, and it's deep, very close to the shore. We swam for about an hour and stopped on this little beach. Here we could take off our clothes and go for a swim and jump in the water. The water was very clean and slightly cold, which was perfect in this weather. There was only clay on the bottom. It was very slippery. After swimming, we went kayaking back, but it was extremely difficult because we were tired and had no energy to paddle at all. We got back at 2 p.m., which means we didn't eat for 9 hours. So we were really hungry, and we were discussing what we'd get at the restaurant. I took my camera. We took team photos on the top of the hill and went to the restaurant. Local fishermen were already there. It was a miracle that the restaurant was very close, around 5 minutes on foot. We bought sunscreen for the trip, but for some reason we didn't bring it on the kayak. The guys got sunburned pretty badly. The restaurant had a gorgeous view and a big menu, and also a view of the cemetery. We ordered some raspberry juice, meat soup, and a hot pot with beef and potatoes. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Serbian cuisine, so it was just okay for me. The prices were pretty high, but we expected it to be even more expensive because it's the only restaurant in the place. After dinner, we had around 1 hour of free time, so we could film and enjoy the beauty of nature. At 5 p.m., a lot of people had already arrived to swim and fish. Someone even came on motorcycles. Gosh, look at the beautiful color of this water. By the way, you can see all the photos on my Instagram. We went to a similar place in Armenia. It's called Lake Sevan, a huge lake with the same blue water. It seems to be a very popular place for summer vacations. You can even get there by train. But for some reason it's not as beautiful as here. It looked abandoned and forgotten. Unlike the Serbian lake, this place is worth a visit. On the way back, we made only 2 stops. The first stop was on a viewing platform. We slept on the road and looked very sleepy. We were lucky to visit this place at the right time. There was incredibly beautiful light on these foggy mountains. There were binoculars on the platform, but usually you can't see anything with them. I love how on trips like this, strangers become close to each other in one day. And that evening, we were already singing Serbian songs in unison.